All right. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? So what I've decided to incorporate is to have more of you ladies, since all of us have strengths and we all have very unique stories to share and experiences. I really want to give us all an opportunity to be able to share some of that on our team calls, and how their particular experience or story has helped them in terms of the business. So what I'm doing moving forward is choosing some of you girls to present. So I just wanted to go over a few things here before we start. Hold on one second. Alex, that needs to go.
Can I lower it?
Yeah. Sorry about that. So next Tuesday is already September 1st. Okay, because I know, crazy, right? We were going to continue these calls all through the month of August, and then starting September, my thoughts are to have these every other week, like the team calls where all of us get on. Because in between there, I need to also have calls. I need to separate them. So I also want to have some new coach calls because what they're experiencing is very different, and they need a particular kind of support from us, right? So the coaches that have started just in the past month or so. So I'm going to figure that out by the end of this week. Okay, and I want to plan it out, and then I'm going to post it, all right, in terms of our calls. I know that August was crazy. July was crazy because of Summit. We've been all over the place. So I wanted to share that. I also wanted to say that this Thursday, just to make sure that you guys pass this information on, and for those of you that need to be on, I'm going to be having a new coach call. So any coach that you have that has signed up maybe in the past, I want to say in the past 30 days or so, it would be very beneficial for them to be on this call. And I'm going to start doing these probably twice a month, where I'm going to present it as a slide presentation. And I'm going to be going over the business quick start with new coaches. So even if you have a coach that you feel like maybe could still benefit from it, or maybe you guys already did it with them, you can definitely invite them. I'd like, if you know that you're going to have a coach on this particular call, then you guys need to be on. If you don't have any new coaches that are going to be attending this call, then it's fine. But I definitely, what I'm going to do for this Thursday, raise your hand if you have a coach who's going to be on, or you yourself will be on. Okay, for this Thursday's call. So the four of you that just raised your hands, the four of you are going to actually help me on Thursday run this call. They're just slides and Jasenia. But Jesse, you're fairly new, so I'm going to exempt you. You got lucky this time. But I'm going to catch you next time.
I love to hear your voice and how easy you explain things.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Girls, come on. You guys have seen the 7-Day Business Quick Start like hundreds of times. Don't even try it. It's going to be a simple slide. We're just going to be like looking at it and just sharing our thoughts and explaining it, and you'll be fine, okay? So what I'm going to do is, for those of you that were at our meeting today with Salvi, is that I'm going to split up the slides. So I should have that done by tonight, no later than tomorrow. And Jamie, she's new. It's all right, Jamie, you're new, but you know what? You're bringing in coaches, girl. So's Jess. So the two of you, the next time around, I'm going to catch y'all. Don't worry about it, all right? We're going to share the responsibility here. So that's going to be this Thursday at 9 o'clock at night. Make sure that you're sending private messages to your people, and they're going to be on, and they need the Zoom application, because some people kind of get confused with that. So they're going to need to download that, and they'll need to take notes. All righty? Okay. All right. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our guest speaker, Angie Caraballo, and she will be sharing. I actually asked her to share and speak tonight on tonight's call because
it's getting late. You have to go to bed.
Oh, hi. Damaris, let me mute you. I got you. I asked her to speak because I feel like Angie, first of all, is a coach that's been with me since last year. I want to say about a year now.
Yeah.
Angie is very dear to me because she has gone through a complete transformation. So not only in terms of the business, but in terms of her fitness. And she is here to share, and her topic is how she was able to push through her fitness plateau and how that in turn helped her with her business plateau, because she had reached a point in her business where she felt kind of stuck. So with that being said, Angie, go ahead and introduce yourself and start it off.
Hello, everyone. As Denise said, I've been with her as a challenger since May of 2014. And I joined her as a coach just a couple of months later in July. When I came to Denise, I had gained about 20 to 25 pounds. And just to give you some history, as a child, I was a very sick child. And my struggle was always to put on weight. It was never to take it off. I was always a very skinny, frail thing. And when I hit my first 100 pounds, it was a big deal for everybody. So when there's an echo. As I got older, I was given the wonderful responsibility of taking care of my parents and seeing them go through various health issues. And in the midst of that, I gained, like I said, about 25 pounds and have found myself sort of in a rut. So when I came to Denise, I needed to get rid of that weight. So I started off losing about 2 pounds a week, which I thought was great. And then the holidays hit. And we ate, and nobody worked out. And so I sort of hit a plateau in my weight loss. And when the new year started, I made a decision to not do what I have done with a lot of things in my life, which was just to give up. And I refused to sort of half-ass and to just accept my 10 or 12 pound weight loss as a success. I wanted more. So I had to really challenge myself. I had to dig deep. And I refused to sort of give up on breaking through that plateau. And I found that I needed to sort of shift my focus a little bit. And so whereas before I was just sort of playing with this idea of coaching and not really taking my fitness seriously, I sort of switched gears a little bit. And I found that sort of helped me get back the confidence that I had lost along the way. So I was able to break through this plateau and started to see the weight loss come in. And I did that by just determination, not giving up, thinking outside of the box. And once I was able to do that, I found that if I use that sort of same method with my approach to my business, that I could also break the plateau in my business. So with determination, with the confidence, believing in myself that I could do it just like I had done with my weight loss, and that refusal to give up was what was going to push me through. And I've seen that slowly but surely start to happen since then.
So Angie, so you started with me, you joined, and you saw some results pretty quickly. And then I did notice that although you were coaching, like you said, it was more like a hobby. It wasn't really something that you were taking very, very seriously. So then tell me at that moment, how did you make a connection at all between your fitness and the business, or was it just that you decided that you wanted to just...
No, around the same time that I hit the plateau in my weight loss, I was feeling like I wanted to give up. And I remember waking up one day, and I wasn't saying it to myself, but I remember waking up that day very clearly. And I would usually go into the bathroom and do my morning post. And I remember thinking that morning, like, I don't want this anymore. Like, I was ready to check out. And I realized then...
With the coaching, you mean?
With the coaching. And I realized then that I had to sort of do the same, and it happened sort of right after each other. So, I had to sort of look at what I did with my fitness plateau and decide to do the same thing with my business. And I didn't want to give up. I had been doing that all my life. I've been just sort of half-assing all the way through. And I just refused to give up. I'm the little engine that could. I refused to give up. And I remember that once I stopped comparing myself to those around me on the team and just started to focus on me and what I was capable of, that's when things started to happen. because I wasn't concerned with so-and-so started after me and look at where they are. I was just concerned with what I was doing for myself. And just how I had taken my fitness seriously and decided that I was not going to stop, or I was not going to quit. I was going to keep going until I got to the goal that I wanted, that I had set for myself. I had to do the same with my business. And that's when I started to look at it differently and decide there's no giving up. This may not be fun on some days, but I'm not going to stop. Mm-hmm. And if it takes me twice as long as the person next to me, that's okay. But I'm going to get there.
So how did you feel? Like, I remember that time too. I remember you coming to me and saying that you needed some guidance because you were stuck. I don't remember the exact weight that you were stuck at, but you were feeling stuck. Your body wasn't. Go ahead.
It was like it was in the 130s. I felt like, I mean, it's one of those things where, like I said, I had never struggled with my weight growing up. This was all new to me. When I had to try to lose these 25 pounds, I didn't even know where to start, because it wasn't something that I ever had to deal with growing up. So, but I knew it had to come off. I was watching my future when I looked at my parents, and every time I went to the doctor with them, I knew that that's what was destined to, that was going to be me if I didn't start to take care of myself. So I didn't want to fail at that. And I had come enough of I had tasted it. I was losing 2 pounds a week, and, you know, I was here and there going up a pound, losing a pound, but I knew that I could do it. And if I hadn't given it my all, then I hadn't tried. And that's how I sort of looked at it. It was like, I haven't given it 150%. And until I did that and said, F everything else around me, I'm thinking outside the box. If I have to do that extra cardio, then I'm going to do it. Then that's what was going to happen. And I took the same approach with my business. I did not want to half-ass this like I had done so many things in my life before. Just stop, just quit, just give up, because it wasn't coming easy enough. Like, I realized that I needed to treat that the same way that I treated my fitness. And if that was important to me, then the business was important to me as well. They went hand in hand. So once go ahead.
No, I remember you, like, at times getting frustrated. Like, what am I doing? Like, what do I need? You know, like, you were getting frustrated, but you kept going, and we kept figuring it out. And I want to also say that for Angie, it wasn't just weight loss, because she was at a pretty good weight. I think your goal was really more to get defined and kind of do more strength training and lose some inches. So it wasn't, at that time when you had plateaued, it wasn't that you really wanted to lose a whole lot more weight.
No, I was maybe 5 pounds away from my goal, maybe a little bit more, 5 to 7.
And what program did you start doing at that time?
What did I start doing? I started to do an extra cardio. I started running, which I had never done in my life. I was an asthmatic growing up, and that was like a no, you don't run when you have asthma, which is crazy. But that's just what I was taught. And I started to run, and I started to not negotiate my workouts. Like, the workout needed to be done, and it needed to be done in the morning. And if that meant I got up a little bit earlier, then that's what I was doing. I hated it because I'm not a morning person, but it's what needed to be done. And so it was that, and it was laser focused on the nutrition. Like, there was no such thing as a cheat day for me. It was no such thing. At one point, I had stopped carbs altogether, and you were like, no, you need a yellow, because I was going to break through. That scale was going to say what I wanted it to say. And so I did whatever it took to get it there.
I think, you know, what I saw from Angie's transformation, and this has stuck with me. One of our conversations was, she said that she may not be going as fast as some of the others on the team, or as fast as maybe I wanted her to go. She says, but this experience was a total transformation for her, because Angie was not a Facebook person. You know, like she said, she's been one that she didn't even have a Facebook open. Did you have one, or were you like?
I didn't have one. I just did it just to start your challenge.
Yeah. Group. She was not a social media person. You know, like she said, she's someone that had given up on a lot of things throughout her lifetime. So the reason why I feel like Angie's story is so special, and you know, maybe there might be some pieces missing of it, but it's because she said to me once, this was a total transformation from the inside, what Beachbody has done for me. And when she decided to hit her fitness hard, because again, I mean, it wasn't even too much about weight, but you were doing 21-day fix
Yeah.
And
And then I started extreme.
And you went to extreme. That's what it was, because your body started to look different. So she incorporated the strength training. She started to hit it hard. And I noticed that her confidence went up. That's why I really wanted to touch up on that. How important is that? That if if let's just say we get into this fitness routine and you're just kind of going with the motion and you're not really challenging yourself, then guess what? Then more than likely that's going to reflect on your business. Yeah. And it's not that we all have to be all hardcore and cut up. It's not even about that. It's just about, continuing with the fitness, trying something that maybe you didn't try before, whatever it may be. And that's what her story is so amazing to me, because that's exactly what I saw. And once she became more confident, and Angie, I want you to talk more about that, because I feel like I'm taking it from you.
You're right. It was the feeling that I could do it. And that was just what I needed to prove to myself, that I set out to do something for myself. Nobody else was concerned with what I looked like, how much weight I had lost. Everybody was like, hey, you look great. But the goal I had set out for myself, I was able to get there at all costs. And that's when I realized that I could do that with my business as well. And like I said, it was less about focusing on those around me and more about me. Like, I did this shit. I can do it in my business too. And it really did. It gave me a boost. And I think even just how I talked to prospects about the program was different, because now I had something I can hold on to. That was my leg to hold on to. It was like, I did this. I got stuck. I wanted to give up, but I kept pushing. And this is how I got past that. And I was able to do the same thing with my business.
Absolutely. And I noticed too around that time is that you started to also draw in different kinds of people, and more people to you. More people were attracted to you. Because you were putting that out there. You were putting out more so what you were doing on social media. So, I mean, does everybody see like the connection? And I appreciate that Angie stopped comparing herself, because I feel like we do that a lot. We compare ourselves to others. We set all these really maybe high expectations. And if we don't follow through or if we get, off track or whatever, we're like super hard on ourselves. And to me, it's okay there are going to be times that we're going to feel like we want to quit. But again, it's during those times, and just like how Angie, at that time, she felt like she wanted to quit. She wanted to quit the business. And that's when she made a decision that, this is something that I need to really look at. And I need to do something about it, because I believe in this business. I don't want to give up. And she decided that she was going to take her fitness to the next level. And it was a total confidence booster. So Angie sitting here is not the same Angie that I knew last summer or, even 6 months ago. It's been such a really nice progression. And as leaders, as coaches, we should all be striving for that at all times. Is progress, is growth. This is why a lot of us signed up as coaches. For me personally, was because I didn't trust myself in terms of the fitness. So me being part of a community, I felt to myself, okay, well, I need to kind of be on top of my game, because I got people watching me and I got people following me. So for me, being a coach, that was really one of the main reasons I first signed up as a coach, was for the accountability. So I don't want us to forget that, and I feel like, and I think I was talking to Elisa, one of the girls earlier, Andrea, that I feel like still to this day, there's still a lot of coaches that struggle with those just basic 3 vital behaviors. And you're always going to hear us talk about them. And being a product of the product and staying on top of our fitness. And even if we have a setback, I think it's okay. There's been times I've had setbacks, and put yourself out there and just say, I've had a setback. This is what I'm going to do. And, let's do this together, kind of a thing, because we're all going to have setbacks. It's going to be natural. So Angie, tell me, like, do you feel, as of today, like, because we're seeing the growth of your team. How are you feeling in terms of like just the change that you've gone through just in the past few months, and how's that reflecting on your team and how you're building your team now?
It definitely, having a team that's growing definitely pushes me to do things that I wouldn't necessarily be comfortable with. that whole idea of leadership and being a leader, having to initiate things, having to bring people together, making sure that people are learning what they need to learn to be successful. All of that is something that 6 months ago I had no desire, I think, to even do it. It's crazy how now it's like I have that drive. And I know that I can do it. It's not going to be easy all the time, but I believe that I can do it. And I think that that's the difference between, who I am today and who I was. I mean, I look back at the elite report when I first did it, and now I'm like, I can surpass that. It's got a few months left in the year. And we'll go back and I'll show you what my goal was. It was crazy. Like, I was not setting the standard, setting the bar very high for myself. And I was cheating myself. And I know now that I'm going to surpass what I set out to do in January.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how this works in terms of the fitness and how, like, putting yourself out there and doing something that you didn't think you can do. How empowering is that? Right. And to me, like, this is what this whole thing is about. And what we do as coaches is to empower other women and to show them that they can do it as well. To help them overcome those fears, because it's all about fear at the end of the day. Yeah. And overcoming that fear. Yeah. So does anybody want to, was there anything else that you wanted to add to that, Angie? And I wanted to congratulate Angie because she just turned Ruby. Yay. So she's only about 2 coaches away from advancing to Diamond. And it's no coincidence. I mean, again, it's a total reflection of how seriously she's been taking her fitness, and how there's no way that you can work on one without working on the other. There's just no way. It goes hand in hand.
I will just add too that another thing that came out of this sort of confident boost was taking a closer look at myself. And, we hear through trainings and from some of the top coaches that you have to be you, right, when you're posting, and you have to be transparent. And I think I was just sort of going through the motions for a long time and didn't take the time to really look at what makes me unique. And what do I have that I can sort of put out there to show people who I am? And once I was able to connect with those things, it made posting a lot easier. And I think my confidence shows in my posts now. Whereas before it was just like, okay, let's get the motivational in the morning, let's get the workout in the afternoon, and let's get the meal post. And it wasn't meaningful. Mm-hmm. But once I was able to connect with those things that made me unique, everything else sort of like fell into place naturally when it came to posting.
Right. And it definitely is a process, I think, for a lot of us. It's not something that you sign up as a coach and the next day you're going to know what your niche is and you're going to be able to post and be transparent. And it's a process, but you have to be able to embrace it. You have to be okay with messing up, with making mistakes. But you have to be able to move forward from that. Right. And embrace that change. And, like you said, it's like, once you really discovered like what your niche was and you discovered more so like who you, like, it's almost like during this process, we learn more about ourselves. So we become confident, we learn more about ourselves, we feel more comfortable putting ourselves out there, being transparent. And that in turn will help you draw in the kind of people that you want on your team. They're going to be drawn to you. And it's definitely a process. Definitely is. That's awesome. Elisa wants to say something or ask you a question. Hold on.
Be easy, Elisa. Be easy.
Wait, hold on. Okay, there you go.
Oh, I unmuted myself. Okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
I told her that I was going to think of a hard question to ask.
No. Ask her, please.
No. I just want to say that I see, since I know Angie, I think since last year or so, something in her, I really like her real quick. I'm that type of person that I like you or I don't. So I see the changes in her, in the way that actually she speaks, in the way she posts. And I think Angie is the perfect example that when you want something, you can just improve and go and get it. For those of you that feel that sometimes you're lacking and that sometimes you're not, where you want to be in your business, I think Angie set a good example to all of us to keep pushing and not give up.
Thank you.
I see it in you, girl. You change a lot.
Thank you.
Like, you're stronger and yeah, I see it in you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Andrea?
So that's why they say that you attract who you are, because Elisa and I tend to have the same thoughts very often. And I was about to say the same thing. The girl that came last year to my house to one of the trainings,
Remember that?
Yes. Yes.
Nowhere near the person you are today, Angie. And I am super proud of seeing that, because you
Yes.
have blossomed in an incredible way, honestly. You came
She's
from
not
being
the shy
super quiet
person
in
that
the
she
corner.
was. Quiet.
No, I still am a little bit of that
Still a
person.
little bit
because-
shy.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I know that, I have to break through those barriers. And so when I have to do it, for example, Denise asked me to do this, a couple of weeks ago? And in my head, I was like, fuck no, like there's
She was
no
pissed
way.
at me. She was like,
I'm not. But on the outside, I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it. But I didn't want to. And that's
But
like,
your coach goes
You're
through the
next,
same thing. Your coach goes through the same thing. That's why it was good when Sally shared today that she puts her to do all these things that she's so uncomfortable doing. She's
Yeah.
doing the same thing with all of us, But in that sense, I honestly can say, I think it was a year ago, Denise, that post, right? And you were here and you were sitting just quiet, like completely
Angie was
unapproachable.
brand new. So
Completely unapproachable, super. I'm talking about the coach and her were like the same people.
we had a training at Andrea's. That's what Andrea's talking about. We had a training about exactly a year ago, and Angie, you were maybe a month or two into the business,
yeah.
something like that. But Angie didn't really start off with the business. She started off as a discount coach.
Yeah.
And but then she decided she wanted to work. And yeah, so definitely that's great that you guys brought that up, Andrea, because you're right. And it was a very different person back then. And I think that for Angie, I just so appreciate that. Seriously, like even during those times that she is very hard on, I'm going to put you out there. She's her worst critic. Like she's very hard on herself. And I would point that out to her. But she just, this amazing thing that she said, how she loves this internal transformation that she has evolved and gone through during this whole process, so
You can tell. Like
to me that's like priceless. It really is. And that's why I have not given up on her, and I never did, because I knew that internally on the inside, she really needed this. She needed to be part of this, and she is proud of herself as to where she is today, and I'm proud of her. And so. Oh, Andrea was first. Okay, sorry.
No.
And then Elisa.
Dad, I'm going to put your coach on the spot, because a year ago, before the event came through, we had a meeting. And she spoke about you. And she said, this girl is such a rock star. Did she take a moment to see that in herself? Yes.
I did.
I'm your brain.
I remember.
I'm your brain. Relax. And she told me, we were on my way home. And I'm saying it like this. We were on my way home. And she said, this new girl, her name is Angie, but she has no idea of social media. But
I said she knows nothing about social media.
I remember that. I remember that too.
And then I'm like, but she's such a rock star. I know that she can do much more. All she needs is to step a little out of her comfort zone, and she would just get it, because she saw that in you. Like she saw the qualities that we see now. So
Yeah.
Our coach is amazing seeing that, because she saw it in me in September 2012, and it took me all the way to January 2014 to say yes. So yes, ladies, it's not going to click right away. It's not going to be freaking perfect. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get who you are right off the bat, but your personal development and your consistency and connecting with the team will get you there. Yeah. That is my message. That's what I wanted to say, because she is a perfect example of that. I'm talking about the couch and Angie, the same kind of people. And then they finally
I thought we scared her.
No, there was a lot of stuff going in my head. I was like, what the hell have I signed
I really thought we scared her during that training. I was like, oh my God, I lost Angie. That's it.
No, but she started talking afterwards.
You remember Melissa, right?
Yeah, I remember she was talking to me.
Thank you, Melissa.
I remember. With her little notebook and a green pen, right?
Oh, yes.
She had it today too.
Okay.
Her little notebook.
I'm a student, yes.
We remember you. We remember you well.
Melissa connected with you because Melissa, you were in the same situation where you weren't really on social media like that.
Yeah, well, I was, but I was not on Facebook.
Now Melissa even puts lipstick to the size.
Yeah.
That's how things are right now.
You know what,
With offer.
Elisa's here because I did a chat on WhatsApp and I added her there to support her. But she said that she didn't have Facebook, and I said I want to help her. That was one of my first customers. I never met Melissa in my life, and look at her now. Like this is the beauty of Beachbody. People
And
don't
what is crazy
understand
is
that.
you guys were talking about something that was going on in the group, and I was like, "What the hell? Why I don't know this?" And I was like, "You know what? Forget it about it. I'm gonna just do it because I can be in between things."
Yeah.
So Angie, I want to ask you something because I have a really rock star coach that is kind of afraid of social media, and she's here, and I'm going to put her on the spot. Her name is Norelis, and Norelis is,
Where are you,
and
girl? I'm
Norelis
gonna
is
find you.
awesome, but
She's so cute.
she's
in the
kind of
dark.
shy,
I see Norelis.
and what would you say to her and to like give her that push, because she is a really good coach and she has a lot of potential, but she's afraid of social media somehow.
I mean,
What would you say to her to like stop the fear and go for it?
well, the first thing I would say is that I learned the hard way that it's part of our business, right? So there's no half-assing it. There's no way around it. Like, we just got to do it and we got to be good at it. The second thing is I would say it's a lot easier once you're able to make that connection with yourself, what makes you unique, what makes you you, and not what you want people to see you as, but what makes you unique. So I started to tap into all the things that I got going on. How long has Denise told me she didn't know that I was a hand model? Because it was just that, it's because I'm so private.
Show your hands.
I'm a hand model.
No,
But
she
yeah.
really is a hand model, guys. Like, she gets paid, and her hands are on commercials.
Yes, and I'm sure many of you have seen them and not even known,
I
right?
thought that was awesome. Okay,
But
We got autographs today.
we need our autograph.
but my point is that there were all these things that made me unique that I wasn't tapping into, that I didn't want to put out there. And once I realized that that's what makes me me, then I was able to put it out there with more confidence. And it's not about what other people are going to think. It's what it is, right? So whether they like it or not, it's what I do. So getting my nails done every week to me is important. I'm going to put it out there. Taking care of my nephew who has autism is important to me. So I'm going to put it out there. So once you're able to connect with those things, it's a lot easier to post. But it's almost what you have to look at it as there's no way around it, right? You got to do it. You got to get good at it. Just like me speaking on today's call. I had to do it. So once you don't give yourself any options, then it's a little bit easier. But definitely don't think about the viewers that are going to be looking at your post. Just think about yourself. Do it for yourself.
I like that. That's a good point.
Thank you.
It's pretty funny. I just met
Thank
her
you,
in
Angie.
July, and I'm one of her coaches. And we spoke on the phone a few times. But the other day, I was feeling something, and she's really good at reading you as a person through text. And she's like, "You're not feeling well. You're not Jamie. I know certain things about you already in the month and a half that I've known you. You're not being yourself." And I was like, damn, she's good. So, of course, and then at that moment, I have to start texting her and be like, yeah, this is going on or whatever. But she's great that way, too, as a coach for me.
Thanks.
And I appreciate
That's
that.
why you are a rock star, because you have a rock star coach.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
This is true.
I'm
And
saying,
it helps.
I mean, if you didn't push to Emerald that quick, it wouldn't said anything about you, honestly.
Exactly.
This is becoming a coach and setting goals and meeting them within 30 days says so much about you guys. Don't ever underestimate that, because that means that you are determined to do something about your life. Whatever it is, just take it day by day and just focus on getting that. And that's why she's here. She's a perfect example of that. She's very persistent. I mean, she had her doubts like anybody else would, but she kept going and she gave herself time. She gave herself the connection that she needed to be here. And I'm telling you, if you was to meet her a year ago, you would have been saying the same thing that we see today. Crazy.
I wouldn't even think she's shy.
She was badass back then as well, but she just didn't know it.
Yeah.
So now she knows that she's badass.
And she's amazing with kids, by the way.
She is. Melissa, anybody else wanted
buddy.
to ask her a question or say anything?
Come on.
You want to say hi, Nicholas? Say
Hi,
to
Nicholas.
Angie. Dile hi, Angie.
Oh, wait, I can't
Oh,
see.
that's
Yeah, you
Noreli.
can't see
little
him.
friend.
Yeah, that's
It's
your friend.
Noreli's little boy.
Why can't you see him?
Because I'm putting him to bed.
Oh,
Yeah, you're in the dark, Noreli, so we can't see anything.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
trying to
that's
put him
my
to
buddy
sleep.
for real.
You know, I really enjoyed our picnic. I know it's hard to get all of us together. I feel like so many pieces of us were missing, but I really enjoyed our time together because that's attending events and getting together with your team or with your upline. That's just going to help you feel like, you know what, I'm part of something big. I'm part of something important. It's community, it's family. It's the reason why we're in this to begin with, because if it wasn't for us, we just sell Herbalife. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a difference. You know,
It's
so
el grupo de la dieta.
I'm saying el grupo de la dieta, right? Like Jamie's husband said that we're the diet group, el grupo de la dieta. But, you know, to me, like, that makes such a difference. And it makes you feel like, even when I connect with, like, there's Norelis, when I talk to other coaches or like some of Saudi's diamonds, or just, it makes me feel like I'm not alone. Like, I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I feel like I'm crazy, like I'm losing my mind. But then I talk to other people. I'm like, no, okay, I'm normal.
You found me, so I don't guarantee that. I cannot guarantee that too much.
I know, and Andrea has been.
And then I got Elisa in my life, and then it keeps going. I mean,
Andrea is one of my first, so she's my ride or die. She's been with me from the very beginning. So, you know, and I just appreciate all of us. And I hope we can have more, you know, team trainings and meetups and, you know, whatever we need to do to stay connected to each other, because I feel like, you know, like I said, this picnic was awesome. And connecting with Norelis and her husband and Jamie and seeing the guys together and Irv, and, you know, to me that was freaking priceless. It really was, to see like our guys together, and it really was amazing. So did anybody else want to share or ask a question, or I feel like I want to put Damaris on the spot because Damaris commented that she felt like she needed this call, that she felt like she wanted to listen to Angie, and that she, you know, anything you want to share or feedback?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Put you on the spot, girl.
I'm not feeling so good. I think I have a cold, but
Sorry.
I just been feeling stuck for like, I don't know, like a month or something like that. But I think Angie spoke like where you need to focus on more of yourself. And I got away from that a lot. So focused on my group and so focused on everything around me, because I'm getting ready to go to Rutgers. My mom is visiting. That I definitely got away from focusing on my health and focusing on my fitness, and been struggling with that. So I really need, once I start focusing back on myself, I think it's going to fall back in place. I'm going to feel more confident and go back to my confidence, because it's waning, or what's the word, like when it's
Waning.
like waning, it's fading away. I've been feeling like that lately. I have my moments, but then I'm like, oh God, I just don't feel it. Right. So I'm just trying to get back, because I was like, what happened? Like, I was like losing all this weight. I was on like doing really good, and then I just plateauing and just staying where I am. And I know there's some things that I definitely could change. And I just, for whatever reason, haven't done it. And I think it's self-control. So also self-discipline, but also more confidence. I think I'm lacking in that. I've always lacked in that area of confidence. I may talk really well or whatever, put my videos out there, but when it comes to running the business, I feel very unconfident. Like, I feel very shaky. Like, I feel like I'm walking like this. Like, oh my God, am I doing this right? Oh, you know, and I'm like, oh my God. So I don't know, like we've already shared, like sometimes I'm like, did I go too fast? Did I go too slow? Did I do this right? I second guess everything, and it's so annoying. And I need to build more confidence in that area. So those are the two things that I take away. And thank you so much for sharing, because like you said, when I talk to you guys, that I feel more sane. Because I feel like I'm the only one that's doing this thing over here. But when I go into the groups and I chat with you guys, then I feel like, okay, I'm not crazy. It's like that video that this guy he posted in the first meeting back in May, that the person's all dancing by themselves. and then a few people join them, and then a
Oh,
few more people.
Yes, I remember that
I
video.
love that video, but I feel like a few people join me, and then a few people kind of start leaving away, and I'm like, oh my god, where's everyone going? I'm feeling back by myself again.
Yeah.
I started to feel that way, but then when I come in these meetings, I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I could do this, and I keep just not giving up. I just gotta work on my PD and work on building that confidence.
But can I point something out to you, Damaris?
Yes.
And then Lisa can go. You have been consistent through all this.
I think I'm consistent, but my confidence is not there though. I think as far as like running the business aspect of it, and then because I felt so unsure of like what I'm doing with the business, it's like it's affecting me like just in the other areas, and then other things I'm allowing too much into my time. I was talking yesterday to one lady that joined my meeting. I was talking to her, and hopefully the other ladies will listen. You know, we allow so much to get into our workout time and our PD time and all that stuff, and we just have to learn to say no. We have to say, and there is almost like to make like a barrier around it, to just say, sorry, I have plans. And if that plan is to go work out or that plan is to go do PD, then that's what the plan is.
Exactly.
And that's where I'm faltering. I'm a yes person. And so that's one of the things. I think I'm consistent because I'm like, if I stop, I'm going to just fall like far, far, far. And I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to being on 30, whatever, 2 pounds more again. No way. Yeah. And I don't want to. I believe in Beachbody. I think it will work. I just don't feel like I'm working it really well, but I'm learning. So, and social media for me is also you're still teaching me. So, so I'm still learning. Yeah. I'm like, I forgot about Crowdfire for like 5 days. I was like, oh my God, that's right. I have this app. Let me go back to it. Oh no, my battery is going.
So Damaris, you know what we'll do? We'll meet up, okay? So
we're supposed to meet, right? We're meeting Thursday, no?
Yeah.
Did you remember? Thursday, 3 o'clock.
Thursday, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. I have it open. Don't laugh at me, Andrea. I have it open. You're on my schedule.
Okay.
She's laughing at me because I tell her that sometimes my memory goes, but that's why I have to write everything down. So I wrote you down.
All right.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You were saying you were being consistent. Was there something else you want to say?
No, I wanted to point that out about you, that although you feel like you've been going through some things, I see that you have been very consistent. And I feel like that's where a lot of us, a lot of coaches lack in that area, where they'll go through something and they pull from the business. But you haven't done that. So
no, because I really believe in the compound effect.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to like stick to that. I'm like, no matter, even though I don't see anything, my paycheck is $35. I'm going to stick to this, damn it. I'm going to stick to this because I'm like, maybe one day it will get more.
No, not maybe.
Not maybe. It's going to get more. Exactly. That's what I'm sticking to.
So absolutely the compound effect. And Damaris is another one who hit Success Starters. So she's been hitting Success Club every single month since she started.
Oh, I didn't hit it this month though. I need one more person. I'm trying. I'm going to tomorrow. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, we have a few more days.
That's right.
If you think, okay, I didn't hit Success Club and it's only the 25th, you're not going to do it because you already have that mindset of negativity in you. So listen, I'm going to talk to you straight up.
Okay.
You are a Success Starters. So don't you ever feel unconfident or like, oh my God, I can't do this, because you already did it. And not everybody does that. Not everybody gets to do, Success Club, the 3 first months. Not even Melanie Mitchell did it when she started. So you know what? You are an amazing person. And something that helped me, because I also lack in my self-confidence sometimes, is a book that is called You Are a Badass. I don't know if you heard about it, but you should totally read it. And it's gonna help you a lot. I don't stop talking about it because it actually helps, not even for coaching, but for life in general. For you as a woman, it's like a Bible for us. So you should go for it. And whenever you feel like I'm not gonna do it, just brush that off and keep going, and remind yourself you are a Success Starters. I want to see you in Summit with your Success Starters badge and
give you a badge,
celebrating. So don't give up.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I don't know if you saw my video. about my income that I posted the other day.
Yeah, I did. I watched it. It was really good.
No, so there you go. I
Yeah, I
hope
did.
that inspired you, because that's the reality of it. I never give up
Yeah.
when my check was $39. I only work harder to make that improve for the following week and the following week, and so
Right.
on and so forth. So
Right.
there's a lot of people out there that need you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think I'm going to share a video that Melanie Mitchell shared on Periscope last week, but she put it on her like page. And it's a 10-minute video, but it's so freaking dead on. And made for coaches who feel stuck, who are struggling, and are beginners. Because
Yeah.
she talks about it. She said, my first month, I didn't find one person that wanted to join me. And we're talking about the number one coach in the company. And this is the thing. People think that when they see the success, that these people never struggle. They probably had it worse than us.
Right.
Don't ever think that you are alone and that you are stuck by yourself, because I have been there. And it doesn't stop. But you cannot let it get to you. That is my advice. I'm going to post that video. I hope it helps you.
Thank you.
Everybody here, this is something that it never stops. And there's so many people who need our help, but we just need to keep finding those people. Like if it's for our pipeline for September, I'm gonna hit Success Club 100.
Because that's what I'm saying. I'm getting so many no's, objections, that I'm gonna be at Success Club 20 by the 5th of September. Because
I swear to God,
September.
I'm not kidding.
But I'm ending the month at Success Club. Like this has not been a good month for me, but my mindset is that I'm going to meet Success Club. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So
I don't have a choice. I wanna go. Where is it? Dominican Republic.
Yes,
I want to
go. This is for my personally sponsored coaches. I tried, Elisa. I tried, but it's just going to be for my personally sponsored coaches.
That's okay.
But you know what? At some point, we're going to be doing our own Dominican Republic. All of us, right? So so I don't know if you guys kind of understand. So for coaches who hit diamond this particular year, you are eligible. So, but you have to hit Success Club, I believe she wrote
6 months?
6 months, and it doesn't have to be consecutive. It can be, but for someone like Andrea, who's been a 1-star already since last year, she has to advance to a new rank by this year to qualify.
Oh, wow.
So
I'm already working on my 2-star, so you don't have to even worry about that.
She wants to go to DR.
Hell yeah. Not just DR. I want to go to leadership. I want to earn my 2-star bonus. I want my business to move forward. I want to open my second business center. So much in my head.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. So to qualify is just the 6 months. You have to advance in rank. So Tanya already qualified. You have to hit 6 months of Success Club. So you guys have to pay for your ticket, but then we're going to pay for your stay there.
Yeah.
And it's a retreat. So we're going to have guest speakers. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
Nice.
It's going to be amazing. So work. Angie would qualify. You hit diamond in just 6 months of Success Club.
You got this. You got
it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, how are we gonna do? Yeah, it's gonna be like 4 or 5 of us going. I better start working. So yeah, I'm excited about it. But we're gonna have our own, right? Maybe for the following year, Andrea, we got a plan.
That's in my plans. No, that is in my board. That is in my vision board, because you and I spoke about that we need to have something done with our own personal sponsor coaches.
Yes, all of us. All right.
Is in my personal goals right now.
I love it. All right, ladies. So are we good for tonight? Any more questions or anything? This was a good call. I'm excited. I'm so glad I recorded it. So this Thursday, we'll see some of you there, and whoever is going to have a coach. Oh, I already chose 4 people that are going to help me. So that was Elisa, Angie, Tanya, and Damaris, right? Because all the 4 people are going to have new coaches on this call on Thursday. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm hoping Lola will be there.
I'm having new coaches there too.
Okay. All right. So thank you, ladies, and have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
The cup is not over.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
We got 5-6 days left.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.